short one? Short one.
Short one glass?
Yeah.
I'll just double up on the...
Okay. We'll figure it out then.
I'll survive for here.
No, it's all good.
I've got my glass for...
Just trying to plan ahead.
Welcome to another episode of the American Beer Review Podcast.
Good times with good friends requires good beer. Lucky for us, we know how to pick all three.
We're a group of friends who grew up in the Pacific Northwest, giving us a jump start on our craft beer journey.
Join us today while Brian... I pride myself on not getting to know other people, so do not put that on me.
Alec.
So the bananas up until like the 60s were an entirely different species of banana.
And Chad. It hit me like a wrecking ball.
Review some beer, talk about beer topics, and whatever else comes up. We invite you to pour yourself a drink and hang out with us.
Yeah.
Why would you do such a thing?
So I get in trouble because
Home or work?
No, not home. So because of my both, but because of my job, I have like a rough schedule for the week.
But not a perfect schedule.
Oh.
Not a perfect outline of whatever.
Yeah, but it's rough because something will get thrown my way, whatever. So I send out like, hey, here's what I plan on doing this week. But there is no hard and fast when I'm leaving the house, when I'm showing up someplace, it's kind of just like, here's kind of what I'm going to hit over the course of the week. So and it's been that way for 8-9 years now. So I've kind of gotten used to just, I think I know what I'm doing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if
I
something
got
happens,
kind of a schedule.
It gets thrown by the wayside. So I get in trouble at home because I do the same thing there where it's like, oh, you didn't tell me you were planning on doing that. And I'm like, well, I mean, it wasn't like a plan,
but it was like kind of the plan.
Kind of the plan, and then things kind of fell together, and that's what I'm doing today. But today, for the recording, like specifically, so I've gotten in trouble for multiple times. So I was like, we're recording next Saturday.
Right.
I'm going to be gone next Saturday. Mentioned it multiple times during the week. My kids both know. Like, Saturday, I'm going to be there. Yeah.
Except for the wife.
Yeah. She knew. I told her. But, we're going to the lake Saturday. I'm like, so about that, I'm recording with the guys.
Told you about that.
I don't remember. I'm like, this is the one time where it's not on me.
That's
90% of the time, I didn't tell her.
Yeah. That's why for me, man, it's on the calendar. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist.
Was on the calendar.
See, then that's I think you're all good on that one.
Oh, I mean, I made up for it, but.
So on the calendar today.
Yes.
We've been dreading this.
No.
Okay, Brian's actually excited about it.
I'm interested.
Okay. I did want to bring up before, as Alec prepares the monster beasts.
Yeah.
Hard monster and well, not energy because we don't want to get on Four Loko situation.
Yeah, it's not the energy.
I was a little sad the Dunkin' hard coffee got announced so recently that it wouldn't be out here. Otherwise, I think I would have copped one of those.
So here's the thing, though.
But not to have Alec drink it because
that's a bad idea. I didn't get it a lot. I got it once or twice, but I got the PBR hard coffee before. And I liked it. I mean, it tastes like just like a chocolate milk with a hint of coffee.
Yeah.
But like, I had my sister over one time and we were like painting like one of our rooms. And so it was like an early morning.
For like a painting class.
Oh, no. But like, it was like, hey,
coffee.
can you come over and help me paint the inside of my house?
Ooh.
And so we started at like 8 or 9 and it was like, okay, we're starting with hard coffee and something.
You can get like 2 inches away from your face.
Am I too loud? I'm always too loud.
Just push 2 inches away from your face and you're perfect.
See, and I'm
not fiddling any buttons today.
But you grow, yeah, please don't do that. Everybody, when you grow up, it's like you got to eat the mic, and I get a little too, I think, intense in it. So, do you have 2 in front of you?
No. So I'm handing.
Okay, they do look very different. Okay.
Very different. I was not expecting that. So
I was,
so we are sampling the Beast Unleashed, which is Monster's hard
drink. I mean,
technically it's a seltzer. I've seen it
Is
as
it
a
really?
seltzer or a malt beverage.
okay.
So I've seen it listed as both. So original crew making drinks for 30 plus years. So Monster as a brand
Mm-hmm.
released in 2002. So this is actually 21 years. So
Oh.
that's kind of their marketing is
That-
Monster
Oh, yeah.
turns
I had
21.
seen I've seen them doing
well,
that.
I had to do the research to make sure it was like
Yeah, that didn't
turning
click.
21 as actual 21 or beer. So yeah, no, Hansen's beverage company, whatever, started Monster 21 years ago. Figured not to celebrate the big day, making an adult beverage. We hit delete on the energy blend, cut out the caffeine, and ditched the sugar. Next, we brewed up the smoothest tasting alcohol ever and blended it with our tried and true flavors. The Beast Unleashed. Great taste, 6.0% alcohol, no sugar to weigh you down. So yeah, Beast Unleashed, 16-ounce can at 6%. We talked about this, I mean, months and months ago.
Yeah.
And the branding is different than
Yeah, I mean, you're not the Monster logo's on there, but it's not as like highlighted. I think that the Beast part is really slightly more emphasized.
when they definitely emphasize the hard 6%.
Yeah.
So we have their
But it's close enough.
branding wise.
We all grew, like we hit high school like is when Monster came out.
Yeah.
It's like right at
Rockstar.
almost senior year.
We were
Yeah.
that first generation of
Energy drink kids.
Drink
Yeah.
kids.
Mhm.
And Monster is like there's 40 flavors now. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
they're number 2 in the
Yeah.
industry, but yeah,
so. I
they
mean,
have
they know beverages
Behind.
Red Bull.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So I mean, they know beverages, and they've been doing it forever. I'm surprised. Well, not really. I mean, they probably had to wait for everyone else to kind of do their hard,
Well,
different kind of beverages. Like we had the hard Sunny D come out. That was kind of a meme. Though.
what?
I think.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah,
Hard Sunny D?
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
didn't
seen
see
it up
that.
here yet. That got
It's
announced.
just a
what,
screwdriver?
I mean,
essentially.
yeah, more or less. There's a few of those. What's the other one that they came out with that it's the the juice, I can picture the bottle. Like it's an orange juice thing, like orange juice brand, not like Tropicana, but it's like one of those that they also come out with their own like hard
Mixed
version. of
whatever
it. Yeah.
drink? Huh.
Simply.
Yes.
Simply.
Simply.
Really?
Yeah. So
Huh.
Simply has it too.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
haven't seen that.
So we didn't say, I don't know if we said it. We have the mean green
Yep.
and the peach perfect.
And there's 2 other flavors.
The white haze I was hoping for, because that's if I go and grab an energy drink, the white Monster has been like my only. Like
Oh,
one
really?
yeah, like somebody gave me one of those NOS ones one time. That is the most disgusting. That tastes worse than Rockstar, and I haven't had Rockstar in like 15
So
years.
Rockstar was my jam.
It was
when I
fine.
drank energy drinks, a little bit bubblegummy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Monster have a love-hate relationship with because I love everything they support.
Oh,
They
yeah.
sponsored NASCAR for a while. They sponsored my favorite driver. They're still
Still in the
they're still in sport. I
Yeah.
just don't. Ty Gibbs isn't my favorite driver.
Yes.
Kurt Busch was. But motocross, they like sponsor a whole bunch. But Monster Green tastes like garbage water.
I don't know the last time I've had it.
It's like if you have that leaking bag of garbage and you poured it into a can. That's almost what I would expect to taste like. So
And they can't change it. They can never change that.
It's their thing. But so the Monster Juiced, I like. So like the Mango Loco
I went through all those ones.
that I gave you.
Yeah, and I literally like one day everything that was like low calorie I like kept.
Yeah.
And everything that was like it was like 300 calories in a can. I was like, I will take a taste of this.
Yeah.
And then I am not.
Oh, I had a fridge
investing in
full
my
of them.
life.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't drink caffeine anymore. So here you go, Brian.
The smell is there.
Let me go through.
Okay, so
It gives me flashbacks to
hang
what's
on. So which one's the mean green? Is that the one
That's
that
the,
looks like
the more clear.
The orangey.
Yeah, the
this-
orangey
okay,
clear
okay.
one, not the like kind of yellowy hazy ish.
For no sugar,
Yeah.
they nailed the smell.
Yes, the smell is dead on.
Yeah.
The first sip of it,
That bubble gummy.
It throws me back to, and there's no energy, like there's no caffeine in these, but it throws me back to, do you remember it had caffeine and alcohol in it, and it looked like a battery or something like that?
Sparks.
Yes.
Yeah.
It gives me a little bit of that, like, I am having, like, flashbacks to being, like, 22, 23, drinking, like, a Sparks before starting my night.
My wife used to love Sparks.
It's probably why I started drinking them.
And I just read an article, I think I might have even sent it out, on Four Loko.
I saw some at 7-Eleven today.
So
It's
Four
literally
Loko still exists.
A pregame is what they call it.
Correct, but they don't have caffeine in
I didn't
anymore.
figure.
Since 2008, 9?
Well, and it's being sold at a gas station, so I assume it also is more like a malt beverage, not a liquor.
Always has been a malt beverage.
Really?
Yeah. Four Loko's always been malt.
Oh, okay.
And it was like 4 stood for caffeine, taurine, something,
that's right.
and booze, and they dropped the caffeine and added whatever, something else. But no, they got a lot of lawsuits, and the caffeine and alcohol.
Didn't people die?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uppers and downers in
at
a
the
can.
same time. Yeah.
And I think it still is, but at the time it was like, it's a 6-pack worth of beer in a can plus caffeine.
Yeah.
So you're getting...
And the target market grew up on energy drinks, and the energy drink fiends had no issues crushing.
Yeah.
Several of them,
so they go, so
because they were massive cans too, weren't they? They were like
they're not 24s.
there was like a bottle that I saw today for the pregame ones.
Oh, maybe.
But these were like if I remember correctly,
they were
it was
big
like,
cans even for back in the day.
They were like a 24 or something.
Yeah.
Like it was bigger than a 19 too.
And the pregame is trying to get back to their roots of like, we're like a party drink. We're not a homeless alcoholic drink. We're
you guys like to party,
right?
Yeah.
All right. So
I really like this. Oh, you haven't tasted it yet. I really enjoy it. I mean, it tastes.
I'm a little mad I didn't buy the 12-pack now.
See?
Okay.
It's not.
See? You all were not. You were not so sure about this.
It's the sugar. That's why I like every once in a while I'll have the white Monster, but it has to be the sugar-free. Because
100%.
I don't like that syrupy feeling.
Yes. I always go with the sugar-free ones.
Yeah, this is deceptively good.
Yes.
I would drink this over a Monster.
The problem is the flavor makes me feel like I should be like
hitting the gym,
getting caffeine, or like like it's like if you blind tasted them, would you know the difference?
Oh, I wonder if they're not absolutely not going to market it, but is there
an NA version of this? Even without caffeine.
Yeah, dude, an NA version is a Monster.
No, but even without the caffeine.
I was going to say...
it's just like almost like a soda.
I was going to say...
Seltzer?
Do you do a 50-50 blend and you get both? Right?
We do not advise.
They're not saying anything about it, but the flavor's close enough. You can
I think so.
Have a 3% beer with caffeine in it.
Okay, so here's the thing, though, for me. I like it. It tastes good. When I go for that flavor, I'm expecting caffeine. So now I'm not getting the caffeine. Instead, I'm getting alcohol. But like, when at almost 40, am I actually going to buy a Beast Unleashed?
I have no idea. It's a lake beer.
It's a lake beer or your
tailgate starter.
If there's a sale on it at the C store you're at, I mean the price point.
It wasn't that bad,
is
right?
not terrible.
It was like $3 a can.
Yeah.
And then the 12-pack was cheaper because there were 12ers.
Yeah. The 12 slims, but then you get all 4. But I'm kind of kicking myself now. But
I kind of like it.
I'm not going to go out and get it now. But
you do have that like the flavor lingers. It's like that same like the texture, the flavor, the smell, everything is. I think it feels a little less carbonated.
Yeah,
than maybe the energy drink. And not saying it's flat, like that it's gone bad or anything, but like there's just that like real zip for like the energy drinks.
I think
in the
if it was a little more carbonated, it'd be even better for me. I've almost finished my peach.
Yeah, I'm about
so
to
that's
start
the
that.
next one.
Let me
I'll let you guys before I
rinse my palate here.
say my thing about it.
So
So
nothing.
Alex looks like reading about it. I think it's the same. There's no like different.
Yeah, there's nothing different on the can about it. It's just
Oh,
so,
the
and you
peach.
have-
I mean, the peach smell is there.
so the peach.
And now, do they
is-
have a peach?
So this is supposed to be their peachy keen.
Okay.
So
Not a clue.
so the green is their
OG.
standard green. The
Yeah.
white is
The
the Monster Energy Zero Ultra.
yeah.
The perfect peach would be the Ultra Peachy Keen, and then they don't have what the scary berries would be.
Right?
Oh,
Right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Drink it, so we can talk about this. We're gonna go past my initial time for this segment.
Yeah. No, that's interesting.
It's a Peachio.
You know,
Yeah.
it's-
No, that's
It's the candy Peachio.
the fact that there's no sugar in this. I mean, this feels like you would get a sugar headache
Yeah.
after drinking a couple, but if it's
God, I might go get myself a 12-pack of these.
It, it's a mixed pack now, but that is that peach is very good.
I
It's
am-
very peach.
I am intrigued.
This isn't even we're
Yeah.
not
So-
even memeing at this
Dude,
point.
I
This
really
is serious.
now like I'm gonna at least go find the white one. Like I'm
It's
for sure gonna go
in
try it.
Convenience stores now.
Yeah. I think even at I'm trying to remember if there were one-offs at like Fred Meyer in the like 6-pack section.
I've seen the 12 packs in a lot of places.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go figure this out. So you guys
Okay,
picked,
so per
each of you,
12 you're getting 130 calories, and so this is a 16. So
not
it's a-
bad. I mean, that's still maybe like a standard IPA,
Yeah.
calorie wise.
Yeah.
You each got one of these cans somewhere, right? Like different
Yeah.
places.
Mine had the gas station
gas
which had
station.
all
But-
three. It didn't
Okay.
have the scary berry, and I don't know if that's maybe
It looked like that one was
Newer.
coming in later because
Yeah.
when I got the peach, I just had the green and the peach,
yeah.
Mm.
So I've
And
seen peach, green, and white in the wild.
and
Okay.
then the 12 pack of the swim
Yeah.
cans.
I've
and
seen
all
the 12
four
packs.
just popped up in my grocery
I
store.
just
aisle.
saw them this week.
I
Yeah.
can't remember if I saw them at the grocery store or at Total Wine, but
So
I saw.
They're in time for college football.
I mean,
That'd be intriguing to see if they do a push for college
I
kids out there drinking
I
Borgs.
don't know. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's the other thing though is like, this is my little bit of concern is like, this is super gateway style. Like,
Oh
you're,
yeah.
like I mean, not to
Oh,
say
yeah.
that any
Yeah,
of the other like fruity cocktails or
Are
the
doing the
other
same
like
thing.
right? Like,
But
there's
this-
always been these types, but like,
This tastes like the monster you were drinking last night.
yeah,
Now it's just got booze in it.
yeah.
We
Like,
replaced the caffeine with
There's literally
alcohol.
going to be college students drinking Monster all day because they stayed up too late drinking Monster.
yeah.
Well, and like I said, you
Sorry, the Beast.
throw them both together.
Yeah.
But as a beverage company, that is exactly what you want. You now have
It's
pre-20. You have the pre-21 market, and now you've
well,
Yeah.
you're McDonald's breakfasting it.
yes,
You've extended your. Nobody's drinking an energy drink at 10 o'clock at night,
No.
but you'll have a Beast Unleashed at 10
Yeah.
o'clock at night.
You still get that same flavor. You just don't want the caffeine.
You're getting the opposite.
you're getting a different buzz.
You're getting an upper, you're getting a downer. It didn't do
Yeah.
anything bad to Elvis.
It might be the first Elvis reference on
I
the,
think it
on
might
the
be.
podcast.
no toilets. Number one killer of those.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Forget the banana peanut butter fried sandwiches.
I'm not
If
mad
you
about
haven't
it.
done one of
so.
those, it's a you have to do it once in your life. It's a
Do you
Peanut butter?
though?
peanut butter, a
Banana?
fried
Oh.
a fried peanut butter banana sandwich. Never again, but oh boy, it was tasty.
You can check these in on Untapped, just in case you're wondering.
They're not?
They're all
Oh,
all
they
on
are?
there.
They are.
Which it's
Well,
Makes
what
me
is
wonder
it?
what kind
is
of-
is it even a high 3?
for the average.
Yeah, with
Ooh, that's a
Ratings.
good
with
question.
the average user on Untapped.
Let me look before. Okay, so
Are you dead serious?
They're all different.
You chastised both of us for not doing research and doing live
And
research
you didn't
on
look at the
air,
numbers on.
and now you're asking him to research on
I
air.
am.
Peach is a 3.6.
Okay.
Okay,
Scary Berries is a 3.5. I cleared the white because we didn't have it because this is my list of podcast
yeah.
drinks.
yeah.
Because I was doing research, and the green is actually the lowest with a 3.48.
Out of the two, the green is.
It's just the standard. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's
peach
but
is way
like
better.
the peach is actually like a flavor. Like it's a
So it doesn't obviously label
Dude,
it on here.
this says the peach in like a slushy version,
Ooh.
What?
like
Yeah.
Slurpee.
Oh, this over some shaved ice.
Dude.
So is this an independent?
That's a great
Beer.
question. That's
So
a great.
It's by Monster Brewing.
Yes. So previously Hanson's Soda
Yeah.
Company
Um,
turned into Monster, but Coca-Cola owns.
Are we talking about this? Are we talking about?
Are they independent craft?
No. What's? Let me look
Oh.
at my articles for today because I make sure I'm on the right
Oh,
track.
we could segue.
Let's
I
go
did
right
that
into
on
it.
purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you did
Totally.
because Anheuser-Busch just sold
Yeah.
Yes.
8 of their brands.
to a giant company,
Yes.
but not a giant macro beer
company,
company.
Nope.
So
A different kind of
yes.
beverage company.
So are those?
Yeah.
So those breweries are now back to technically being
Like,
independent.
is this a craft beer? Is that?
No, but because it's like a seltzer, right? Like, isn't that what we decided? Like, it's not
It's either
I'd call it
a
a
flavored
seltzer.
malt
Yeah, it's
beverage or
flavored
a
malt
seltzer.
beverage.
malt beverage with natural flavors.
Yeah. So I've seen it listed as a seltzer and an FMB.
Yeah,
But they're not owned by a larger beer company at
No.
this time that I know of. There
No.
might be some collabs or something, but yeah, they're like 20% owned by Coke. But other than
Yeah,
that,
I don't know.
they're
I mean, I guess-
independent.
yeah. But independent what? Not independent craft.
No, they're never going to get the
independent.
logo on it. But
No.
Seltzer company? I don't know.
Yeah.
What's White Claw defined as?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Right?
they probably.
Because I don't think they have a parent that's.
I think
They're not a parent. They're just on their own, right? Because
Oh.
Truly is
Sam Adams.
the Boston Beer Company, which is also,
would be
doing.
craft.
It is technically.
So is this a craft seltzer?
They're doing frick, a Mountain Dew. They're doing
Yeah,
hard
we've
Mountain
talked-
Dew.
we've
Just
talked
haven't
about
made
it.
it this
Yeah,
way
yeah,
yet.
we've
Yeah,
talked
I know,
about
but like that would have been a great.
Oh,
If we could have
addition?
done,
Well,
like-
we will do
Well,
hard
we're
Mountain
gonna-
Dew when
as soon as it
when
gets
comes
here,
We're
out.
going to have to do it now.
Um,
So we going to fridge?
Oh yeah, well, fridge this before we segue into.
Yeah,
so do this real quick.
I
before,
do want to follow up on the Tilray.
Yes.
Yeah. No, we'll
let's
move
get
into
back
that.
to that.
I thought this would be garbage can
Mhm.
material.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
A 12-pack
To just have on hand.
kicking in the fridge might not be a bad thing.
I mean, a 12-pack in the beer fridge is kind of like
That's
A 12-pack in the beer fridge on when you're inviting a bunch of people over for a football game. I think ideal.
I mean, it's
Or if you're just sneaking one once a week.
it's
I think it's
see,
one
and
of those
that's
things.
what I think it's going to be. Is like just when you want that something different.
yeah. I wouldn't do a ton of these. There's no sugar in it, but it still has that sugary feel.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to crush multiple
No.
of these.
But
But,
just going out and getting a little snack.
a little snack instead of a soda.
Mm-hmm.
This is more pleasant than sometimes having a beer like after dinner. You get a little heavy.
It feels light.
That peach, especially with
The
the peach,
peach,
with
man.
how sweet it is, even
Mhm.
without the excess sugar. Damn.
It's a dessert in a can.
Yeah.
Like, and not like those.
I don't
not
need.
those
I don't
stout
need a
beers.
16. I think that 12 is going to be a
12er might
perfect.
be-
I think
Yeah, the slim cans I think
Yeah.
would be perfect.
12 might be the right way to go with that.
All right, so AB sells off craft
Yeah.
brewery. So Red Hook now back to being technically a craft beer
Yeah,
because
Red Hook we pick out of
Just
the
'cause
8. It's the local one.
And- Widmer was in there too.
a 10 barrel.
10
Widmer.
barrel.
How much is Widmer even around anymore? I mean, they're more Oregon, but like I don't know that I've seen even their like Hef was like their go-to, and like, do you even see that anymore?
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
I see it every
yeah.
once in a while. But out of the 8, so I had Widmer, 10 barrel,
Mm-hmm.
Shock Top, and Red Hook are all fairly local to us.
Yeah.
Shock Top's California, isn't
And
it?
then
Shock Top is not worthwhile.
I'm just saying, like,
the
these are
Yeah.
local-ish brands that have come back.
and I think I didn't check on Highball Energy,
So that one's an
but,
interesting one.
but it looked like all of these breweries were in states where pot is legal because obviously Tilray. Did I say that right? Yeah,
Yep.
Tilray is
Mhm.
the Canadian company in the cannabis industry.
Yep.
They want to get into THC, CBD beverages.
Yeah.
Yep.
And buying these breweries in the states where it's legal is a slam dunk for them.
Highball is I've seen that energy company, but they actually, Anheuser-Busch announced earlier this year or late, sometime last year, that they were like discontinuing that brand.
Right.
So they literally bought a brand that like,
They
pretty
weren't
much-
going to do anything with.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's where like,
Yeah,
I think I was listening to Brewbound and they were like, how do you end up with this collection?
Yeah.
Like, where's the, because almost all of them, they're talking about like kind of going downhill. So there's a cider in here too, which I had never had before until the Square Mile cider.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw
And
that.
my brother-in-law brought like a 6-pack over one time. And that's the only time I had ever noticed it. I just am not a cider person. But the Breckenridge
That was
is
the other one, yeah.
is pretty well known. I've seen that around, but you started to see
Regionally,
it
yeah.
when Anheuser-Busch bought it.
Right.
Apparently, there's also a Breckenridge distillery, so they're kind of wondering if they're
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Tilray already, I think, has.
Okay.
So there's kind of that combo. The most interesting thing to me, honestly, is besides locally the Red Hook
Yeah.
combo is 10 Barrel.
Yeah.
Because 10 Barrel is one of those that got bought and like is kind of like the Elysian of Oregon.
Yeah.
That like
Not to the same level, but
I stopped. Like they're a big-ish brand.
yeah.
You started seeing them way more in your grocery stores and those places. But I knew they were independent, so if I have my choice, I'm not picking. Like we went to Bend and we're down the street from the 10 Barrel like brewery,
Yeah.
and I went to 8 other breweries in Bend
Not that
and
one.
never went to that one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. They obviously are trying to get ready for legalization, Tilray,
Oh, yes.
to have
yes.
these distribution centers, to have
Yep.
these like production facilities
the
to do that
pipeline
stuff.
for
Yeah.
it.
It'll be interesting to see locally what happens with those types of things, like a Widmer or Red Hook, to see. So Red Hook is down to just like one tap room
Yeah.
in Capitol Hill. They've
Yeah.
gone through various like iterations of things, but like I've seen a ramp up in their like a few of their styles of things. One, they became, I think, the official beer of Husky football, UW football,
Okay.
or athletics. So like the stadiums had all Red Hook stuff.
Nice.
And
they've been
then
kind of doing a little rebrand here in the last
yes,
couple
they did a
years.
rebrand and they brought back the Big Ballard brand
Yeah.
and then did like a few spin-offs, like basically the like New Belgium, like Voodoo Ranger,
Yeah.
where they made this Big Ballard Imperial IPA and then it became like, okay, now there's a fruited one and then there's a tropical one and then there's
And they're
a
in the 19.2 section.
or
Yeah.
in the 4-pack of Tall Boys.
Are they in that? the heavy?
Yeah.
The Big Ballard, yeah, they've been
Mhm.
getting a
Oh,
little
okay.
space.
It's like, I swear, Imperials are the only things that go in the 19.2s for
Well,
the most
because
part.
they're a loophole for a
Of,
lot
like-
of areas, so you can't carry malt liquor.
So you
Yes,
get the
so you get it-
highest,
you
like,
get it.
But you can get
Yeah.
9.2
Yeah.
triple IPA.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see what happens with these brands. It's never going to happen, but I don't know if you saw the article on Billy Bush. One of the
Yeah, that's
yes.
never going to happen. They
Offered,
yeah.
like I'll buy Budweiser from AB InBev. Like I'll buy the
What?
brand.
I thought they were
From
wanting to
them.
buy Bush back or
Hmm?
Bud Light. They wanted to buy
Oh.
Bud Light back.
He wanted the whole Budweiser brand.
Oh.
Offered to buy it.
Yeah,
It
Like,
will,
from the Bush family.
No,
no.
from
but the Bush family
Yeah.
offered to buy it back
Yes.
from AB InBev.
to make it fully American owned again.
Oh, interesting.
But
It will never happen.
Yeah, no.
But
No.
would that make that then a craft beer or an independent craft beer?
Independent,
No, barrels.
yes,
If
not
it's-
craft.
If it's owned, family owned,
Yeah,
it's
but
their
the
only-
size,
their
bigger.
size would still not put them
probably
under
still-
the BA.
because good old Sam Adams holding the line.
I
The
know.
dam that
Still
holds
massive.
the macros back.
It's still,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just saw that one.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
would never.
well, that's
never
another thing that I don't think we touched on here, but like, so this is AB. AB's really like, they have like 3 or 4 craft beers total now. They have like Golden Road, they still have Elysian,
Okay.
and they have one other one that you'd recognize. And like, so they still have a few,
Yeah.
but those are becoming their big and onlys. And a lot of the other ones, I think we've talked about it before, but like they're selling some of these off, even brands that they've kind of mothballed,
Yeah.
to like this Tilray, or there's a handful that have been selling back to the original owners.
Yeah.
And they're coming back and getting their own branding and like bringing back their own brewery. I mean, some of them they've also just closed and never given that opportunity. But
Because
it's interesting to see
Goose
them
Island?
like Goose. That's the other one.
Okay.
It's Golden Road, Goose Island, and Elysian are like their
craft.
that's their
offerings.
entire craft portfolio. I think, as far as I know.
But
now.
they look like, especially Elysian, like some of these beers, they just bought them and let them wither on the vine. With
Some of the breweries?
with a mix of the people who helped, the everyday patrons who built up those craft breweries to the level that they could be bought. There's that, oh, you got bought out. I'm finding the next guy.
Yeah.
It seems like for a lot of these, but then also on the flip side, AB InBev goes, okay, we bought you. We're going to now focus on the 80 that does the 20 that does the 80. Screw all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
But Elysian doesn't look like they've had that restriction. Because we're still seeing kind of the wild stuff, sort of wild stuff.
Yeah, but that's what they were known for, I think. And I think that like
But they let them ride with it instead of, hey, get rid of the stuff on the fluff on the side.
And
I think that's part of why they still have a little horsepower with Elysian. It's up
be.
here because they're based out here and we have.
but they're national now.
it's probably helped them, I mean, distribution-wise. But at least up here, I see Elysian and I go, next.
yeah.
I mean, they
touched
may
one in
be
years.
putting out some crazy good stuff.
Their beer's still good.
Yeah, no, it is. And they might be getting into some experimental stuff, but it's whenever I see it in the aisle or whatever, I go,
Usually the only time I have it is when I'm at like a stadium because it's your
craft-ish offering.
only thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be that type. It's, that or a macro.
And there's still plenty of. There's always new stuff from new breweries.
Yeah.
Showing up on the shelves. Why go back to something you've had?
Yeah, I just don't really touch it.
So breweries going back to original owners is segueing to the next one. So Sapporo bought
Yeah.
Anchor Steam, 2017?
Yeah, we're so far behind in
something
the
like
news.
that.
Yeah.
But shutting doors
I know.
on it. And I haven't seen a recent update, but
I haven't heard anything updates of
the
the employees trying to grab it.
The employees
tried
trying
turn
to
into a
purchase
co-op,
it.
Yeah.
Yep. Was the last that I had seen. And
See, I'm pouring these beasts like there's not alcohol in them. What am I doing? Stop it.
but that's
It sucks. It sucks that it's
to
closing
lose
down.
because I think 100 plus years, no,
Yeah,
more than that,
127
yeah,
or something.
of brewing, and then to get bought out, and then they thought that was going to be their foothold into America or part of their American expansion, and then just
Nowhere.
shuttering it.
It's like no research though. So what I heard is like they buy Anchor Steam thinking they can use their facilities, but basically the beer that
Anchor
or
Steam
did I,
makes
say, I said sorry that
Anchor Brewing.
yes I know
That Steam style beer is an
yes.
entire different
It's
facility.
yes,
than-
and it's completely different than what you need to make a rice lager.
Right.
Like you're just not gonna. So basically, the solution Sapporo buys Stone,
yeah.
and then is like, no, you're still fine. You're good. You're totally fine. You're closing.
Gone.
Like we don't need you anymore. So yeah, it's unfortunate. It's weird that like it seems like kind of a tough time for some breweries, but yet you look around and there's still like 9,600 breweries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends on like where you're at and what.
What your goal is.
Yeah, and I mean we talked about like if I'm the guy who makes Elysian, or I still prefer the Ballast Point because
Okay.
to me that's the biggest like con ever.
Oh, just cash out.
Oh,
here's my $1 billion.
$1.2 or $1.4 billion dollars. Like, are you kidding me?
Yep. No, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm moving to my island that I am now
Yes.
purchasing.
Yeah. Is it
It's so
it wasn't
sad.
billion, was it?
It was billion.
Yeah.
That is insane.
With
Yeah.
a B.
Yeah, that's insane. And so it's like, and then it got sold for like 900,000
Yeah.
or something ridiculous. Like, how many years later? But it's one of those that like it's tough to see the brands like that go away. But at some point, somebody decided that like that was the best interest for them or their company to sell to a bigger conglomerate. And so when you lose that, like, how can you be that surprised?
Yeah.
How can you be surprised that some multinational corporation
Isn't as invested in the
Yeah,
brand and the history
exactly.
and everything. This would be one that I would not be surprised to see crop up, like a Rainier or an Olympia purchased
Yeah.
by
they're going to
somebody
sell
else.
off? They're going to sell it off for parts.
They're going to sell off the branding
Yeah.
of it, and so you'll see Anchor Steam back in.
but it won't be in the same place. It won't be that
yeah.
building.
No,
And yeah,
it won't be the same
It'll
company.
be somebody else
Yeah.
making it, unfortunately, because it sounds like your facility is in San Francisco.
San Francisco.
proper.
The
It's super expensive.
property is
I think
probably worth
they
it.
bought. I think I heard they bought Anchor Steam for like 80 something million.
The land is worth that.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Like they're like basically like we can like. That's why even
was
if the
safe for-
employees are able to get it,
They can't afford the property.
they're not going to be able to. There's no way the company Sapporo is going to sell them that at whatever
Right.
like value. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna get their money's worth out of that to then reinvest it in whatever.
All right.
Well,
Do we have beer?
yeah, we got
speaking
another
of-
beer. Well,
speaking
ish.
of blowing stuff up. Let's
Oh, yeah.
It took me a long time to catch on because I think you already have a description written
I
of
did-
stuff.
Ooh.
So I
And it
just
took-
I just wrote that in there just as a exercise to get my mind going.
But it took me a while to kind of catch on.
Figure out why I said, "Oh yeah."
Yes, exactly. That's what was confusing to me was all of that. So
And
what we're making, talks around is our next beer, which is Turning Point Beer's Civility Manners Decorum, which also like the name,
somebody else, another brewery went out and called theirs "Oh yeah" first,
interesting.
so they couldn't.
So it's
There's, I think I've seen 2 or 3 of these Kool-Aid style.
yes,
And this
definitely.
is does it say fruited?
It's a
Gose?
tropical fruit Gose.
Yeah.
Um,
A couple other ones were just fruited sours, and I think there was a smoothie one too.
yeah, I've
but
seen
that
it
was-
listed as both.
Yeah.
So this is from Turning Point Beer out of Bedford, Texas.
Mhm.
Yes, which is DFW,
Yes.
like right there. Let's see if I got it.
Out
Chad?
of Bedford, Texas. If you go down there, they can fresh beer off the line every day for you to pick up.
Really?
Wait, what?
I did a little research.
Yeah, so-
I told
tell
you
me
guys
more.
to do some research, and I did some research in return.
That's good.
Basically, so you go down there, and they've got the canning line
Mhm.
right there. So brewery, tap house. They want to get you the freshest beer possible. So if you show up after work, you could literally get a can that
Just
they
came
just
off the line.
slapped the lid on, came off the line, and grab yourself a 4-pack. So like on their website, there's here's what we think is going to be fresh today about this time.
Okay, so it's not anything you want. There's certain things. Okay, that makes a little more sense. But also, I'm still just really fascinated by that and what kind of work would go into that. What kind of like process?
It's a working brewery. So I mean,
right,
Ooh.
but not everybody's doing that. Like that's
No.
not a common thing. So I'm wondering, like, how much extra work is it, or is it literally like, hey, we're just canning this anyways, so you can just have what's fresh?
that's what it is.
Okay.
And then every 4 to 8 weeks, they have a barrel aged
Something
like
come out.
something come
Like
out.
freshie.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
So the resulting concoction sparkles with all the nostalgic, fruity sweetness of that bright red childhood drink, without their drunken sailor mouth mascot wreaking havoc on your property value. Every sip is bursting with flavors of ripe strawberries, sweet cherries, tangy tangerines, pineapple juice, and guava nectar. It's insanely crushable too, with a nice little sour kiss cut by its well-subdued minerality.
Yeah, only 4.5% Gose style. So
About in line
yeah,
with the Gose.
so it comes out very red.
It looks like a fruit
Soup.
punch.
Yeah.
Super clear.
Yeah.
Super clear.
Without having tried it yet, I'm already trying to think of how, like, I wish I had some
Kool-Aid?
fruit. Yeah, some to like.
I think I have
fruit punch in the fridge.
Yeah, I have those sugar-free squeeze into your water
Wow.
Kool-Aids.
Okay. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
The sour bite at the end is off.
It's a little
Not
bit
off, but
yes. It just is what kind of like.
And there's not 5 pounds of sugar in it.
Yes.
That's probably also a bit of it too.
Well, obviously, when you made Kool-Aid as a kid and it said, put this into a gallon of water, you put it into a quart of water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's missing the grittiness because you put too much sugar into...
I'm sure somebody's made one with grit powder. These guys do a sport drink one too. Like
I saw that.
I was on their website. They do a bunch of weird stuff. Here's it.
Okay, here's my favorite one. I went through. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah, I saw that.
IPA. The Royal We with the dude on the can, an Imperial IPA. Erotic City Sour Ale at 6.2 to give you the taste of an amaretto sour. So there's
Okay.
They said their sour guy did it. Their sour guy.
They got a guy.
They got a sour guy. And then in honor of my upcoming trip, Das Bootgufen, a Helles Lager at 5.1. Those are my 4 favorite names.
Yeah, they were pretty good with the names. Did you?
I could see an amaretto sour.
I mean, they didn't explain. So the name, Civility, Manners.
Oh, I have no
Decorum?
idea what it means.
No clue.
Okay. I would just want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
No, I'm not going to forget it.
I will because it's confusing the hell out of me.
Yeah, I looked it up and I could not figure out what it means.
Okay, so I'm not the only one. All right.
It's probably a inside joke.
Yeah, and I like that it is like it's kind of the Kool-Aid guy, but it's like a Stein.
Stein, yeah. And it looks like Kool-Aid guy plus Monopoly Man.
Yes, it kind of does.
Right?
This isn't an everyday Gose for me.
No.
But as a Kool-Aid gimmick,
it's awesome. Yeah.
A+. Mm-hmm.
When doing the research, I was looking at their other beers. They got a ton. I don't know if you have Untapped open.
They have a
many
giant number of beers.
Probably 2,000. And this one's not currently on tap.
No, I couldn't find it. It's currently available.
Yeah, it's currently available, so it's probably just kind of a
$4.93.
Oh, okay. So I mean, it's still a lot.
Mm-hmm. One that was on. I don't know what the deal is, but on the naming, there's just a $ Texas is one of their beers.
And they have a $ Galaxy, and then on the can it says $ Galaxy.
Huh.
Oh,
it's on there.
That was in my notes. I think I've been here.
Texas with a $. That's what it literally says. Wait, what?
I think I've been here.
To
Turning Point. I think I've been to their brewery.
Seriously?
Yeah, because they're Bedford, so DFW area. They opened in 2018, 2017.
Yes, 2018.
And I was in Irving, Texas then, and we hit a couple breweries.
Nice.
And I think this is one of the it was at the time new breweries that we were directed to go check out. So I think I may have had a beer or two at their facility.
Do you know what would be a great way to know that?
I don't do Untapped.
As if you would have checked it in and marked that, and then we could
I didn't check it in.
Known that sort of thing.
Yeah,
but I was in the area drinking beers at new breweries around the time that they were open.
Okay.
But I didn't have anything. They didn't come off as like a wild style brewery,
right?
At the time, like I think I probably had an IPA, maybe a stout or something like that.
No.
But going in, when it was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, so it wasn't like the smoothie style beers and the sours and everything were all the rage at the time. So they might not have been pushing those, but
okay. Yes,
man, this might be a camping beer.
There you go.
It'd be a cooler beer for me. Special occasion. If I didn't look to see if they do an everyday Gose.
Oh, like
I would like to see what their everyday Gose would, and then also some finger quotes standard beers from them. I'd like to try. But that's a great that'd be cool, something to pull out of the cooler if you're out camping or out doing something.
Trying to.
Yeah, I mean this partners very well with our opening beers, and it's very
Yeah.
gateway.
This has probably been one of the smoothest transitions from opening beer
Yeah.
to closing beer we've ever done.
Fruited
No,
Gose.
no.
They have 28 fruited Goses, 17 other sours, and sour other Goses 5.
Nice.
Not to mention just the general other like Berliner Weiss or
Yeah.
those types of things. So you could probably find yourself a regular-ish
Nice.
Gose.
I think I'm in the same spot as you, Thor.
Yeah.
It's a cooler beer,
Yeah, I think that's a good point of like the
and it's intended to be a novelty beer.
yes.
This is not something where they're going, oh yeah, no, we have an everyday drinking crowd for it, and it's obviously not available now. But I think that's where I put it. It's a cooler beer, or if you've got somebody coming over and going, check this out, or if you want to get your 8-year-old son into drinking alcohol, this would be the way to do it.
This is the episode for that.
You have somebody, if they want a beer, and you go, oh, yeah. That's the new beer rule.
Yeah.
This is in the fridge. No whistle. You just got to say, oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, camping beer I think fits really perfect for that.
Yeah.
Or just honestly like RIP, the Damn House.
yeah,
Randomly busting this out like midday. It's
Cool.
just like almost like a
Ooh.
refresh.
yeah.
Like
Pool beer.
Yeah.
A little change up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean it's still light, but you're
Yeah.
getting some funky flavor. You're feeling like you're hydrating,
Yeah.
but you're
What was the percentage on this?
4.5.
4.5.
Oh, so yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Day sipper.
Yeah.
easy transition.
This is the type of drinks though that I talk about, which is why I don't drink like their fruity cocktails. If it tastes like juice, I
It's
drink
going
it
down like juice. Yeah.
yeah, like no, it's not like the bitterness of an IPA or like the boozy bite of like a harsh like a big stout that slows me down.
Right.
This
No, you're knocking it
there's
back.
there's nothing.
Throw this to you in the pool, and it's gone.
Crush.
Yeah, it's not getting warm.
You drink this beer. You start drinking this beer hungover. You're not hungover at the end.
It's a possibility.
All right. Well, our glasses are deliciously empty.
Yeah.
Shockingly empty.
Yeah. Not what I expected walking into this episode,
No.
that we would have crushed all of these. So ours are empty. Hopefully yours are too. And we will catch you next time.
Oh my god! I wrote 47 minutes. We finished in 47 minutes.
Nice.
Buy a lotto ticket
Why did you write it already?
because I told you guys 2 minutes at 45.
Oh.
If you enjoyed what you just heard, like and subscribe, follow on social media at A Beer Review, and tell a friend. Send us any suggestions for beers to review, and we'll do our best to track them down and give them a taste.